Ripple dumps XRP once again. Guys, welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything, trust nothing. Welcome, everybody, back to the show. It's another good old Magic Money Monday. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit different today. We don't got much TA people coming on today, but we do got good old Crusader here once again, like always, holding down the fort, baby, because we are got some massive news to talk about. We're talking about XRP getting dumped by Ripple. We're talking about Bitcoin, massive warning. Are we going to pump? Are we going to dump? Tomorrow come the interest rate hikes. Are they going to hike it? Are they going to dump it? What are they going to do, right? So Bitcoin is definitely on the edge right now. Tomorrow is going to be a very important day, so make sure you're here for tomorrow's live stream. But on top of that, we're talking about AVAX. We're talking about Monero. We're talking about people losing money left and right in the crypto space. 300 possible billion dollars entering the Bitcoin ecosystem and pumping that baby up. Lots to discuss here. So make sure you guys are buckling in, getting involved, smashing those likes, hitting the sub, and reminding everyone and all your friends, if they're not here, come on in here. Come learn something today. So, guys, let's jump into not even the charts. Let's do a quick little market overwatch because the market today has been a little feisty, right? We had a bit of a pump. We crossed 27,000, and then Bitcoin said, wait a minute, gotcha. We going right back down. So let's see where the market is at in general right now after this fiasco. And we're also going to be covering why this fiasco is even occurring in the first place. So let me do a quick little refresh here. Total market cap of the market space is over 1 trillion, 0.06, up 76%. Bitcoin is up 6.9% in the last 7 days, up down 0.32% today. We're back below 27,000. And we have come up a little bit since then. But I'll show you the chart in a little bit. Everything else about the same, not either completely red because they're just right below 1% or zero. TON is up 1%. Nothing is really making any big moves today. Everything is somewhat in the low percentages here. Nothing crazy, nothing wild, like every other day in the bear market. If you guys didn't know, welcome to the bear market, baby, where things get boring every single day until it doesn't. And then when it gets exciting, sorry, too late. You missed the party. Guys, everybody coming in here right now, I got a poll out there. Are you guys greedy right now? Are you guys saying, what am I going to be buying right now in this dip? Or you guys would like, wait a minute, got some poopy in my pants. I think we're going a lot lower here. So I'm going to be holding off on buying anything. Drop it in the poll. I want to see what you guys are voting for. I want to see what you guys are thinking right now. I'm going to give you my thoughts here on my precious Bitcoin chart. Once again, here we go. Let me share my screen here. Where are we? Oh, wrong screen. Let me share the correct screen. Bam. Here we go. So let me remove some of this, some of this. You guys can see this chart nice and big over here. As you guys can see, we were able to cross the point of control, the yearly range for the point of control over here. We were able to cross it. We got all excited, like, oh, let's get it. We're getting rejected by this annual PIV. And over the weekend, we were able to jump above it, or we're able to get above it. But unfortunately, once again, we have come right back down, right below this annual PIV of 2676, 26,736. We're at 26,722 right now. So we're right below it. Once again, getting rejected here. If this becomes a swing SFP, which is a swing failure pattern, we could be going back down and down. And if we lose this, like I've been telling you guys, then check out for this quarter two pivot of 24/7. So unfortunately, macro wise, nothing has changed here. nothing has drastically changed except for the fact that we try to break above this annual pivot, which is major resistance, and we have not been able to close above it except for this short period of time here that was 2 days, and then we came right back down the next day. So this is very unfortunate for the Bitcoin price, but it's some progress, right? At least we're not down here anymore. At least we're not at this value area low for the yearly range. At least we're making some move here. Even if we come back to this point of control, if we can hold this as support and make another attempt for the annual piv, we're pretty solid, right? So not too bad, not too shabby. Just letting you guys know, right? We just got to get above this annual piv before we can even start looking at some higher levels. It's just we came all the way up to 27,351, and we're like, let's go, baby. And then just if I show you in the 15-minute chart here, we yeah, we had a big collapse. Let me tell you. Let me show you here in the 15-minute chart. You guys were trading it today like I was. I missed this massive move. I got in here, right? And I waited. And then this value area low was lost. And I was like, it's shorting time, baby. And was able to take a nice little short here for about 9%, give or take. So didn't write the whole thing down, didn't write the whole thing, but I got my piece of the action, right? And now we're below this annual piv. So if we can't get back above this, we have to see tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very critical day for the federal rate hike meeting. With that happening tomorrow, if it's good news, we can see us blow past this annual piv and just rocking on forward all the way up and up, right? But if it's bad, then you already know we're in a tight position here to start making our way downtown. No bueno, let me tell you. Let me jump into the chat here real quick and see what's going on. We got Jared. Greetings from good old North Dakota. What's going on? Patriot Caveman, what's up, man? What's going on? Keeper will be back on the show starting tomorrow, hopefully, as he is recovering from his Sin City activities. Did y'all see what RFKJ had in a? Oh, yes, I did. I did see that. I did actually see that. Very interesting. Very interesting things happening over there. I mean, it's like a no brainer that that's going to happen, right? Like I'm not going to say it on the stream, but you guys can read it in the chat. No brainer that that's going to be happening. I mean, it's surprising that he's been around as long as he has been and as vocal as he's been, because his people don't tend to be that vocal. His people, get the boot real quick. But let's start some Bitcoin news here. First off, we've got Bitcoin loses its correlation with the S&P 500, says an analyst. So this is going to be interesting. Is this going to be a bullish thing or a bearish thing? Uh, Crypto Steve goes going on, says greeting from North Carolina. What's going on, guys? Drop it in the chat. Where are you guys from? Off says Wednesday is the meeting. Well, yes, Wednesday is the meeting. That's right. Why was I thinking today was Tuesday? Why was I thinking today was Tuesday? Dude, guys, you can tell I'm clearly retired. Thinking today was Tuesday when it was only Monday. Bad Crusader, bad. All right, Bitcoin loses correlation with the S&P 500. Let's get it. So let's see what's going on here. Is this going to be a good thing? Is this going to be a bad thing? Founder of market analysis, consulting, asset management firm, quantum economics, all these fancy names, right? For this guy here, Matty Greenspan, says farewell to the correlation between the performance of the largest cryptocurrency and top stock public companies. So basically saying they're no longer a couple. They're not working together anymore. Before they always used to be very close, right? Or had an inverse relationship. Stocks went up, Bitcoin went down. And then they had they had a time, obviously, clearly, where they've been very parallel. Stocks go up, Bitcoin goes up. And now he's saying that that's over. They're breaking up. It's official. And here's going to be why. So the largest crypto asset, which is obviously Bitcoin, that's a long way of saying it, weighted the index of the 500 largest companies traded in the U.S. stock market, stopped showing signs of notable correlation between each other. In September 18th, yada yada. That was today. We all understand that this is happening. He says he illustrates this take with a chart from CoinMetrics, a major blockchain data research platform. It demonstrates the correlation between the two values has been plummeting since early 2023. So far, it has the largest decline of this metric since the 2018-2019 bear market peak. That's very important. The Bitcoin SPX correlation printed an all-time high of zero point 0.7 in Q1 of 2022. In the early years of Bitcoin's history, the correlation was mostly negative as Bitcoin was not mature enough. At the same time, during the 2020 crisis, the correlation started growing. At the same time, Bitcoin was still correlated with to Nikki 2025, a Japanese version of the XP 500, as reported previously. So what's going on? Is this just because of the bear market? I honestly do think that this has a correlation to it. The decoupling, as everybody's always been calling for, right? That there's a decoupling happening between crypto and the stock market. Well, Bitcoin's lost its correlation with gold in June of 2023, which is, some could say it's a good thing, some could say it's a bad thing, right? Uh, does it need to be correlated to gold? Because if it's better than gold, gold can suck it, right? But if it starts to perform worse than gold, then that's going to be something interesting, right? So he basically talks about how this is a painful phase in the Bitcoin bearish recession, right? That in the bear market, this is something that can happen, and that is why it's decoupled. I honestly do believe it's very simple. The correlation is simple for this simple reason. Bitcoin likes to pump drastically, as it has been for the last 10 years during quantitative easing, right? And so does the stock market. You print money, stock market go up. That's why the stock market was able to rally so quickly after the fog around the world happened. Now we've been in quantitative tightening, right? If they turn the money printer back on, stock market go up, Bitcoin's going to go up for sure. That's we've mentioned this on the show 100 times. So the correlation will be rebuilt in that same aspect, right? Because on risk assets begin to rise and appreciate in value as money printing continues. So the correlation being broken right now is nothing but just, the stock market is doing its thing and the government is manipulating that thing however they can right now. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is doing its thing and it's going through its 4-year cycle. It's going through the bear market. It's entering its halving event here in the next, 8 months or so, or possibly even less than 8 months. It's probably like closer to 6 months. So give or take, no, I think it is 8 months. We're about 8 months away. Um, give or take, whatever the month time from here to then, once the Bitcoin bull market is back on, there will definitely be a correlation between the stock market and the bull market. So, long story short, don't get stressed out about this decoupling correlation happening between Bitcoin and the stock market right now. And oh my God, Bitcoin's not pumping, but the stock market is pumping. What's going on? The stock market is dumping, but Bitcoin's pumping. It must be decoupled. We're going to the moon. It doesn't mean any of that. When you can start saying we're going to go into the moon when the spot ETF starts to roll in, baby. We're going to be covering that here real soon. But before we cover Bitcoin ETFs, let's talk a little bit about Ripple. Now that we got some people in here, smash those likes, you fools, because if you don't, I'm not going to tell you the truth. Just kidding, guys. I'm going to tell you the truth no matter what. No matter what happens. So let's go on over here. Ripple, our good old friends Ripple, the guys that are going to make us rich, the guys that are selling us the best crypto asset in this entire world, right? XRP, there's nothing better than it. It was going to replace the dollar. It's going to replace Bitcoin. It's going to replace everything. It's going to replace the Swift system. The only asset that you need in your entire portfolio is XRP right now, right? Look what they're doing. They're selling millions of XRP after receiving 100 million XRP from mysterious whale. Wait a minute. Why would they ever want to sell that? It's going to make everybody rich. But let's dive into it. If you guys didn't know, everything I said previously was sarcasm. You guys new here, don't worry. I'm not an XRP fan. You might hit the like button. You might hit the dislike button. I don't know. Last time I streamed on Saturday, I talked a little negative about XRP and we lost like 12 subs. So maybe you guys just don't like me or don't like hearing the truth. I don't know. But here we go. Whale, XRP, what's going on? Prominent cryptocurrency tracker Whale Alert has spotted a massive amount of XRP transferred from an anonymous wallet to the centralized crypto exchange Bitstamp. Details provided by BitHop. These names got to get better. Everything with bit in front of it doesn't make it a good name. Platform demonstrates that the sending wallet belonged to a blockchain company, Ripple, based in San Francisco. As it continues to sell more or less similar lumps of XRP, moving to a aforementioned exchange, this time Ripple shifted a total of 29,600,000 XRP to sell, which is equal to $14,525,000, guys. But why in the world would they ever sell all this XRP? Why wouldn't they just be donating it to the banks? Right? Why wouldn't they just be partnering up with the banks and giving it to them so they can start using it? Why are they selling it on an exchange? Very weird. Very weird. But I'm sure it's all part of the plan, right? It's all part of the secret folder plan. Over the past 2 months, the DLT giant has been moving to su- around to such XRP chunks to Bitstamp. That was definitely a typo. The above the mentioned transaction took place after noon on Saturday. Took place after on Saturday. What took place after comma on Saturday? Okay, cool. Terrible article. Jeez, let Ripple pay for these things. Ripple Behemoth received a whopping 100 million XRP from a wallet marked by a whale alert as unknown. However, the data provided by BitHop BitHump shows that the sender was Canada-based crypto exchange SideShift. The reasons for this transfer are unknown. However, a few years ago, a series of transfers were spotted from Binance to Ripple. A possible reason here is that exchanges sometimes move extra XRP that they received from Ripple back to it, or Ripple could be buying back XRP from the secondary market. However, no statement from the company about that have been made. Long story short, like always, XRP continues its nonsense of selling you a dream. Meanwhile, they're dumping XRP on you guys. Do with that what you will. If you're bullish on XRP, if you're buying more XRP, let me know in the chat right now. Drop a one in the chat right now, guys. If you are buying XRP, if you're saying XRP to the moon, baby, I'm going to be accumulating that thing, get rich or die trying. Drop a one. If you're not, and you're like me, drop a two in the chat. I want to see who my XRP holders are. Got my eyes on you guys. Got my eyes on you. Don't rely on I'm a girl says, don't rely on Ripple to give value to XRP. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody with some common sense in here. Thank you. Sweet baby Jesus. I mean, come on, man. It's how obvious is it that XRP is literally the greatest crypto trap ever? Crypto Steve says two. Patriot Caveman says two. We got any ones? Do we got any ones in the house? David says, I'm not buying or selling anything other than my Bitcoin leverage trades. Let's go, baby. Let's get it, David. Let's get it, man. I hope you're doing good in those trades, bro. I hope you're doing good. Talking about trades, we're going to be doing something pretty interesting on this channel here real soon. We do a lot of TA, right, with the Magic Money Mondays. We do a lot of stuff with the Around the Charts Thursdays. I've got an idea, guys. And you know how I am about ideas. They're always circulating, right? They're always coming and going. But I got one, and I think it's going to be a really good one for the channel. We got to set it up, so it might take maybe a week or two to implement. But once we do, this channel is going to take it to the next level of entertainment and education. Let me just tell you. And it has to do with trading. It has to do with trading. So get excited. If you know what I mean, if you're even speculating on what you think it is, start smashing those likes. Patrick says, I love people building on the XRPL. There's nothing wrong with building on XRPL. There's nothing wrong with NFTs being built on XRP. There's nothing wrong with people, the small companies building on the XRP token. But this narrative of it taking over the Swift system, going to 10,589, going to $100, all this stuff, that narrative is the one that I have a problem with, because it's just a bunch of fugazi. It's literally just a bunch of fugazi. XRP's narrative makes absolutely no sense at all for anything that the XRP army tends to believe. Question: how do you lose a F-35? Great question. Great question. you know, maybe the aliens took it. You know, the aliens that are coming out from Mexico and from all this other stuff, they're like, hey, what's this little thing? I'm gonna take this souvenir home. Zoop, and they just vacuum packed it into the sky and they took it because it's just gone and nobody knows where it went. Nobody knows where an F-35 went. It just took off, just walked off the line, walked off from the track and just like, bye. See you, Felicia. I'm telling you, man, it was the aliens. It has to be the aliens. The only sound possible solution is the aliens. Nothing else makes sense there. If you believe the aliens took the F-35, drop a 1 in the chat. If you think it just walked away on its own, drop a 2. Drop a 2. All right, guys. We're gonna get back on the Bitcoin conversation here. We're gonna get back here on the. You guys are distracting me with the chat here. Distracting me, but I like it. I like it. Mark Yusko talking about parabolic blow off top coming for Bitcoin after $300 billion in institutional money just drives right back into Bitcoin. So what? How? Why would this happen? Here we go. Woo! All right, $300 billion. All right, let's get it. Morgan Creek Capital founder Mark Yusko, I'm sure saying that all kinds of wrong, says that a parabolic rise is on the horizon for Bitcoin as hundreds of billions of dollars worth of institutional capital is set to flow in. In a new interview on the Paul Barron Network, Yusko says that the keen crypto tends to add a zero to its price after its halving process, which is true. Bitcoin's halving cycle occurs every 4 years. When the rewards of Bitcoin miners are cut in half, the next one is slated for April 2024. Excuse me, guys. So, with that being said, right? Long story short, every halving has added a zero in fair value. So we went from $100 to 1,000, then from 1,000 to 10,000, and now we go from 10,000 to 100,000. That's what's been happening. That's been the trend, and the trend is your friend until the end, right? So fair value is 100,000. We're trading at 26,000. That's a pretty rapid increase of fair value. Investor buy things that are below fair value, but when what happens in the fall post halving, you get this parabolic blow off top. In the previous cycle, the fair value was around 30,000. Obviously, we got all the way up to 69, blow off top, right? Parabolic. There was too much leverage, too much gambling, and a speculation. And it didn't 2x this time or 2.5 this time. We could get 1.5x this time. So 100K will be fair value for Bitcoin this next cycle after this halving event, because every halving event we add an extra zero to the overall number. If that is true and that occurs, and then we have a blow off top, right? We go hit 100, we can possibly maybe run it up to 169, right? 170, 180, who knows, right? Maybe even close to 200. Everybody's thinking, baby, we're going to 500K, baby, we're going to half a mil, right? And then we come right back down and we stay around the 100K level. I don't know if we're going to stay around the 100K level, because to do that, right? If we get to 100, and let's just make easy math. We go to 150 as the blow off top. 50% retracement alone brings us down to 75K. And we know that we can drop as close to 80%, maybe even a little bit, give or take, right? Depending on how the scenario of the government, the scenario of the market is at the time. 80% drop is a lot further down. So I don't know if that's going to be the scenario. Maybe things change, right? The spot ETF occurs. We have the blow off top, right? We have these massive institutional funds. They want to keep Bitcoin going and they start making Bitcoin more stable. Maybe that's a possibility. Or maybe they say, send it, short that baby, short it all the way to zero, right? I don't think so. But you just never know. Anything's possible in this matrix that we're living in. So, with that being said, 100K, I definitely think is on the table. 150K plus for a blow off top, definitely on the table. Now, when it comes bear market time, that's what I don't know what's on the table. I don't know if the 80% drops are still on the table. Meanwhile, the 4 year cycle stays in playing in on stays the same. We should see about 50 to 80% drops for Bitcoin for sure. But if the spot ETF really does change the game, then that could definitely, maybe we don't see those 50, 60, 80% drops from Bitcoin anymore. Just maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But this man tends to believe that when the spot ETF occurs, we're getting $300 billion injected, right? Which makes sense. Well, look what happened with the gold ETF when we got a spot gold ETF. Gold just skyrocketed. It's a lot of money coming in very, very quickly. And there's multiple hedge funds all working on this spot ETF. So there's going to be trillions and trillions of dollars in possible play here. So, guys, give me a second here. I'm going to have to sneeze off camera. And of course, as I'm back, the minute I go off screen, sneeze goes away, but I'm sure it'll come up again. It's only a matter of time. It's like XRP. It never leaves you alone. Patriot says, I'm getting ready for Halloween. I hope you have fun. I hope you have fun. Did anyone hear Eric speech at permissionless? No, I have not. What did he say, Patriot? What did he say? I wanna hear it. Says Patriot also says we need Danger Close Alpha. Don't worry, guys. We did not stream this weekend for Danger Close Alpha. You know, obviously Keeper was out traveling in Vegas, and it didn't coincide. It didn't make a good production show. We want to keep the quality up, so we decided to put the show on hold for that last weekend. But the show is going to be back on the road this week, so don't worry about that, guys. If you guys haven't subscribed to Danger Close Alpha, go check it out. That's where we get into some deep topics, if you know what I mean. So let's move on over here. Let's move on to the next topic here. Kind of a little bit of an educational piece here next for you guys, talking about, keeping things private. We're going to be talking about what is Monero and how does it work for a beginner's guide to XMR. If you guys don't know what Monero is, let me tell you, it's one of the best well-known privacy coins in the crypto space. But what is Monero and how does it work? Well, it's a little bit confusing, but I'm going to explain it to you as easy as possible. So basically, Monero, in simple terms, is a cryptocurrency that prioritizes privacy and confidentiality, right? Therefore, you can make transactions and nobody knows it's you sending it to who. Nobody knows jack diggity squat on who's sending what to who, which is good. Privacy, A1A, right? Great for just in general dealing with money. Nobody needs to know how much is in your wallet. Nobody needs to know what kind of transactions you're doing. Nobody needs to know anything, right? Makes it completely anonymous, which is great. Makes perfect sense why people shouldn't use Bitcoin for illicit activities when there's other things like Monero that actually provide privacy. But somehow only the criminals use Bitcoin. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me. But let's talk about how it works. So it works through a thing called the ring signatures. And in long story short, what that is it grabs the signatures, right? When you sign a transaction to send, you're signing it. There's a signature that is unique to your wallet, right? That is coming from you when you sign that transaction. It gathers up a bunch of signatures from a bunch of transactions all happening in the same block, and it combines them together into a pool, which Monero theoretically creates a ring, right? Creates a ring of these signatures so that when somebody is looking at it, nobody can actually tell by mixing them all together whose address is sending what to who. It's just a bunch of addresses sending money all over the place, but there is no one to one, like, hey, address A sent money to address B. Here is the connection. It's just a bunch of fugazi lines everywhere that nobody can metaphorically actually see. So let me read it to you so you can see what it actually means. ring signatures, stealth addresses, and ring confidential transactions. This makes every user on Monero network anonymous by default, right? It obscures the details about the sender, receiver, and the amount transacted, which is all very, very great. So, how does it actually work? Here it is, right? It's a combination of rig signatures. Like I said, a rig signature are a type of digital signature that obscures the identity of the sender by mixing their signature with those of other in the network participants, creating a ring of possible senders, making it impossible to determine which one initiated the transaction. Boom, right? Can you mine Bitcoin, Monero? Yes, you can. It is actually being mined with CPUs and GPUs. I don't think there's any ASIC miners for Monero. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. Uh, and it's also a proof of work. So if you like proof of work, you like mining, you like privacy, take a look at Monero. Always a little educational piece lesson here for people that you know, you know, want to learn about some privacy. Did Keeper knock out Rob in Vegas? Moment of silence. Cannot confirm nor deny. I don't got comment on that. Let's move on here. Smash those likes if you haven't smashed those likes. Let's talk about Coinbase. Let's talk about its layer 2 and what's going on. Right? They're doing some things. They're making some moves. New Coinbase Ethereum layer 2 surges to new all-time high in daily transactions, outpacing Arbitrum and Optimism. Guys, drop it in the chat right now if you hold any of this crypto, what's it called, base. That's what it is. So unique. Coinbase base. Perfect sense. I don't know how I forgot the name of that, but yes, drop it in the chat right now if you're holding base. Drop it in the chat. Drop a 1. If you're not, drop a 2. Drop a 2. Yes, we have AVAX news. Yes, we have AVAX news. We have not covered it yet. We're getting to it here towards the later part of the show. So, guys, stay tuned. Smash those likes. All right, Coinbase, new Ethereum layer 2 solution. Base set new all-time high in daily transactions, surpassing Optimism and Arbitrum. Right? This is really good news, as like you want to see these kind of things happen. You want to see transactions happening on the network. You want the network life to be optimistic. No pun intended with optimism over here, not doing as well. But it's good. It's good to see Coinbase making its network happen, people using the network, making transactions. Now, the question is, are they going to be building anything sustainable? Are they going to be building anything that actually attracts more developers? Are they going to be building stuff, right, that lasts? Or are they just, oh, transactions high, speed high, right? Cheap. Like those are the basic things of any blockchain. The blockchain needs more than that. It needs some meat on its bones. It needs some good DeFi applications. It needs some good projects being built on it that attracts people to go use it and use it alone. Right, OP is worth 1.38 at the time of writing. The 41st ranked crypto asset by market cap is up 2.2%. The exchange noted that there are no plans to launch a network token associated with Base. The project is designed to be compatible with Ethereum, Ethereum Layer 2s, and alternative Layer 1 blockchains. So there it is, guys. People are using it. People are interested. But let's see, who's gonna win? Is it gonna be Base? Is it gonna be Arbitrum? Is it gonna be Optimism? Drop it in the chat right now. Which one you think is gonna win? Arb, OP, or Base? But that's pretty much it for that. It's good news for people that are I haven't picked any up. I don't have any of those three right now. So I'm interested to see how people are reacting to that, how people like that, who's picking what up, who's picking up a bag of Optimism, who's picking up a bag of Arbitrum, who's picking up a bag of Base. But talking about picking up, let's talk about something that got put down. And that was Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban suffers $870,000 loss to a crypto hack. Yikes. Ay, ay, ay. La gente no aprenden. Let me tell you, my friend. James says Arb. Anybody got Arb along with James, or is it just James alone? James is standing on an island right now with Arb by himself. Does anybody else have ARB? Does anybody have OP? Does anybody have base? Drop it in the chat, guys. Drop it in the chat. All right. Back to Mark Cuban. People don't learn, man. I believe his name is Jason Casper, lost like 700,000. Mark Cuban lost 800,000. Let me tell you a little story here before I even jump into this article. I had a significant amount on my hardware, not on my hardware wallets, on me, coño, ¿cómo se dice? My hot wallets, my MetaMask. There you go, my MetaMask. And I tend to not do that, but I got lazy. I kept a substantial amount on there, and I was like, man, this is not smart. And I'm seeing these people getting jiggity jacked left and right, and I was like, I'm done. It's over. Pulled out my hardware wallet, which I'm not going to mention because we're not sponsored by them, right? Pulled them out, and I said, gonna set this bad boy up right now, transfer everything from my MetaMask into my hardware, and know that I am safe and good to go. So if you have not done this, if you have not been paying attention to the show all day, if you just jumped in right now, take this one piece of advice with you. This is advice. Move your crypto away from hot wallets, away from MetaMask and any web browser wallet, and put those assets into hardware cold storage. Put it in cold storage. Don't just keep it on there and be clicking on links and opening up emails and talking on Twitter and clicking on this or that, because bam, boom, bam, money is gone and it ain't coming back. Simple as that. And with that being said, I want to quickly just let and remind everybody today's show is sponsored by, if it were ever to come up, BitUnix. Guys, go check out BitUnix. They have a great exchange, no VPN required, no KYC required. Go check them out. They have very low slippage, which is very important. I've been dealing with some other exchanges that have higher slippage, and it's a pain to jump into a trade with a limit order when you have higher slippage, because it'll execute your trade ahead of the actual price that you wanted. So it's a massive pain. But BitUnix has very low slippage, which is great for those limit orders to make sure you get in at the sweet spot for your trade. Go check them out. Link is down below. They also have about $5,500 worth of new account giveaways. So make sure you sign up for that. Make sure you get that. Use that for trading. Use that for learning. Check out the link down below. You're also getting 20% discounts right now, or 20% premium on the $5,500 of, you're getting an extra 20% on top of that. So I think for every $100 you get 20% extra deposited in your account. That's the correct statistics. Sorry, my bad, guys. All the statistics, big old brain couldn't handle it. So check out BitUnix down below. Link is down below. Check them out. New exchange coming out, doing some pretty good things out there. Futures trading, spot trading, all kinds of stuff. Check out BitUnix down below. Greatly appreciate it, guys. And get that free money, right? Get that free money. Get those rewards. Why not? Don't let that go to waste. All right. Mark Cuban suffers $807,000 loss. How did he do it? MetaMask wallet was hacked, and 10 different crypto assets worth 800 were stolen from him. Dong, dong, dong. We actually got the sound. Let me tell you, bro. No, just goes to show you that some people just can't be their own bank. Some people just don't got what it takes because they think that they're that it's never going to happen to them. That is the wrong mentality here. Anyone can be a victim. No matter how great you are, no matter how rich you are, no matter how much time you have of experience in an industry, you can be a victim of a scam at any point in time. That's why security needs to be your number one priority at all times. Never be confident that you're not a target. You will always be a target. Reports finds that Mark Cuban had Ethereum, Lido staked ETH, super rare Ethereum NES tokens stolen from him, as well as various unspecified stable coins. We were first spotted on the Blockchain Explorer, Etherscan by pseudo-anonymous crypto sleuth Was. Yeah, someone got me for 5 ETH. I won a MetaMask for the first time in months. They must have been watching. Pretty sure I just downloaded a version of MetaMask with some poop on it. Yeah, you got to be very careful on what you're clicking on, what you're downloading. This is a classic story of just not keeping your crypto on hardware on not keeping your crypto on hardware wallets. This is a prime example of what happens when you keep them on hot wallets, when you keep them on, excuse me, wallets connected to browsers that are just sitting there for the taking from these scammers. So guys, keep your stuff on cold storage, keep a decentralization of your devices. Have a device that, whether it's a phone or a laptop or an old computer or whatever it is, that is crypto only. You don't go on any social media, you don't go on any YouTube, you don't go on anything that is not crypto related. You don't go on any news sites, you don't go nothing. You just open up your wallets, you do your transactions, you get on an exchange, you buy or sell or trade, do whatever, and you get the hell off and you turn it off and you don't touch that device again. That's how you prevent yourself from getting hacked. But if the same device that you're using, you use it for everything crypto, uh, you know, the YouTubes, the social medias, the news, the your everyday life, it's only a matter of time before they get you. It's only a matter of time before they get you. But you know what they haven't gotten is some avalanche. Let me tell you. So if you've been waiting for the avalanche news, drop it in the chat. Drop me some AVAX in the house, right? AVAX has had some really great partnerships here, and some way, somehow, their price has been sucking. Let me just tell you, their price has just been sucking. So let's go see what's going on here. Avalanche AVAX price drop to 2-year low despite high profile partnerships. What's going on? Look at this great logo, right? So the token has recently dipped below $10, below this threshold since January 2021. Over the last 24 hours, the cryptocurrency saw a 1.3% decline, nothing great, pushing it to $9.16. Over the past month, a significant loss of 50% loss over the past year, 14% the last month, 50% the last year. Yikes. Why is this happening? Why did AVAX value drop? AVAX decline has coincided with decreased network activity. Uh-oh, nobody wants to use this thing. But wait a minute. Clay the Great says AVAX is slept on. So let's continue on. Let's see what's going on here. According to DeFi Llama, the total value locked TVL, if you have not known that, here's something else you learned today. TVL is total value locked in Avalanche has plummeted from 11 billion in November 2021 to its current level of 497 million. Notably, the TVL on AVAX has similarly dwindled, dropping from its peak of 135 million AVAX in May of 2022 to currently 53 million AVAX. The decline in TVL is a barometer for more profound issue. The diminishing activity on AVAX of the Avalanche network in the past 24 hours has witnessed a mere 30,000 active users with 1.5 million in dollars in inflow, 10.8 million in trading volume, and a meager $7,882 in fees generated. Ay, ay, ay. What's going on? This starkly contrasts the network's performance at its zenith towards the end of 2021. The network boasted an average daily transaction volume of 500 million, yada yada. Okay, it was doing great back in the bull market, but why? Why is it not doing great now? Right, the token unlocks data shows AVAX 1-year admission stands roughly 75 million, around $700 million. So this has been adding a lot of selling pressure with its unlocking. So that's definitely not going to help. Avalanche continues to attract development. Despite the falling price, Avalanche's ecosystem continues to attract new development, a positive indicator in the network's resilience. In May, the network and Alibaba Cloud partnered to create a blockchain-based metaverse deployment platform called Cloudbase. Despite this, besides that, it partnered with another high-profile cloud computing platform, Amazon Web Services. That's right, in January, right before the big drop happened. Also, stablecoin issuer Circle launched its Eurocoin stablecoin on the blockchain. So these are three massive, massive partnerships right here. So let's go take a look at AVAX on crypto market cap and let's see some statistics here. Let me share my screen once again. So we're down at 916. Let's see what the supply is at. Total supply is 400. We're at 49% circulating supply, which is no bueno, right? It's looking like a lot of like XRP to me in that aspect. I don't. It's very, very troublesome when you have such high amount of circulating supply, such a low amount of circulating supply, right? Compared to the amount that needs to be released, because that does create selling pressure, just how XRP does it, and a few others. Chainlink does it too. So they need to be doing something massive to bring on massive amounts of volume onto their exchange, because the tokenomics isn't looking too great when you're constantly buying, and the network or the team or whatever you want to call them is constantly releasing large amounts and pushing the price down. So that's definitely no bueno. With more unlocks happening, I can see this going a little bit to a lot lower in this bear market. I'm not going to say I wouldn't buy AVAX. I currently don't hold any, but I would definitely be keeping an eye on it for the next cycle. I mean, it's definitely one to keep an eye on, just because of who they've been partnering up with and what it is that they're trying to do. And they do work. They're really cheap. I've used AVAX before. I've been on the AVAX Avalanche network. Really great. Works cheap and fast. But cheap and fast isn't good enough in these days in the crypto market anymore. Maybe back in 2017, 2018. But it needs volume. It needs TVL to go up. It needs builders. It needs lots of things happening out there and people being attracted to the network, and it needs price appreciation. Really, that's what attracts people onto the network. That's why Ethereum is as big as it is because the price appreciation that occurs on there. I mean, there is people want to be building on the network that is appreciating in value, not a network that is depreciating in value, no matter how fast or cheap it is. It's just market psychology. Simple as that. Nobody wants to go and play with an asset that's dumping in price. People want to build and play on an asset that is appreciating in value. So this is definitely one to keep an eye on. I will continue to keep an eye on it. But yeah, selling pressure is definitely a problem. Clay the Great says FEMA uses AVAX. Ugh, that might not be a great selling point if you're talking to some people, let me tell you. Don't forget that this is also a new blockchain. Yeah, I completely agree. It's a new blockchain. It came out right through the peak of the bull market, so it's definitely not been around for that long. Which is another thing that is good and bad. Obviously, they have a long way to go. A lot of more things to build. They have great appreciation in time, but it also needs to surpass the test of time. Can it survive? So far, it's been surviving this bear market. Can it survive another bear market? Is this just a one-time fluke, right? Uh, so there's also things to be looking out for. But like I said, I'm not talking bad about AVAX. I'm not talking great about AVAX. I'm just saying AVAX is one to keep an eye on for, possibilities. Is it going to be a 100xer? I don't think so. I don't think so. What is market cap at right now? Its market cap is where is it? Its market cap is $3.2 billion right now. It's definitely not going to be a 100xer. I can tell you that. Um, but maybe a 10x, maybe a 5x, right? Maybe, but it all really depends. It all really depends on that unlocking period. Got to get a closer look at when those periods are happening, how much they're releasing, and what is actually being built. Even though they have partnerships with Amazon, they're not the only ones, right? Chainlink has partnerships with Amazon, and a few others have partnerships with Amazon. So they gotta do more than just partner up. They gotta build. They gotta put in some, elbow grease into those bad boys. So, guys, that's all I've had for you guys today. I hope you guys appreciated the show. Clay the Great says they also surpassed 100K plus TPS with the new upgrade. Good for them. But like I said, transaction speed is not the only, being fast and cheap is not enough on the blockchain game anymore. It needs to be a lot more than that. But I'm not shooting it down. I do like AVAX and I do have my eye on it. It just hasn't been one that I've been able to pick up just yet. Been picking up a few other ones that I feel a little bit more solid, but AVAX is definitely a contender. Let me tell you, there's no reason why AVAX can't, like I said, 5x in the next cycle. But you got to keep a closer look at the tokenomics of it. That's the big concern there. That's the big red flag. It's the tokenomics of the coin, the rate of inflation that it has. So, guys, if you appreciated the show, if you guys aren't subbed, greatly appreciate it. About half the people that watch the show are not subbed. If you're not a member of the show just yet, hit that join button right below here. Become a member of the show. Unlock some Fugazi emojis. Get your name in green. Get your shout outs. Like I said, oh, Talking about shout out, I didn't shout out our members today. Kenton, great shout outs for Kenton and Crypto Billy, long members of the show here and supporters. So greatly appreciate you guys always supporting. Become a member, hit that like button, hit that sub if you haven't already. And like always, question everything, trust nothing. And until next time, hodl like it's hot. See you guys.